I'm going to tell you right now, doing it just like I just showed you, I have yet to have one rip, and I've been in a bunch of really nasty thunderstorms that happen every the time down here during the summer, and, you know, Idaho, haha. I've had people during family campouts, you know, not paying attention, you know, and you get like the 7 and 6-year-old kids running around the campsite screaming and yelling, running right into my tie-out lines and basically, you know, clothesline themselves without any damage to the tarps. So you don't need to spend the extra time and effort and weight putting that reinforcement here, and that's what it is. It'll be weight. You don't realize it. Once you get all the reinforcements out for that tie-out, you just put a couple extra ounces on, and that's what the goal of these tarps are, is to save weight. You know, that's why you'll see some of these companies, they'll say sil nylon tarp, you know, 8 foot by 8 foot, and it's like advertised at 12 ounces. You know, and that's why. Yeah, the thing might be able to survive a nuclear attack and everything, but you're humping back on the weight. And like I said, I've not had one ripped yet. And if you're making them yourself, obviously you're saving the money and you really don't care. You just go home and make yourself another one if you want to. All right. So that's how you're gonna. Let's go back over that edge again. You're gonna start with your cut edge. You're gonna roll it over one time, and you're gonna roll it over again. And then you'll start sewing. You don't have to do it this way to cut to the chase. You can actually get kind of lazy, and a lot of the machines actually sell a foot to roll this edge, and you just feed it on in and it rolls it. I'm cheap and I really don't feel like looking for the right one, and to be honest, with the sil nylon stuff, it's a real pain in the butt to try to feed it in there and get it to work. That's just my opinion. Other people don't. Plus, this is, you know, more of a hobby for me, so it doesn't have to be exact, you know, 1/4 inch rolled edges and stuff like that, and have the, you know, fashion Nazis come hunt me down. So anyway, let's get on here and I'll show you how this works. Okay. Again, I apologize for having to move you guys around. Alright. See, it's my full auto camera. It jumps around all that recoil. Alright. As you can see, I've already got the first edge done that we just talked about, rolled over and already seamed. Just using a basic straight stitch. That's what this machine does. It does some other fancier stuff, but you just want to use a basic straight stitch. You don't want to bet with the sil nylon. You don't want to have your too close together. You want to have it spaced out just a little bit, because if you go too close together, when the fabric gets under tension during a rainstorm or winds, or when you're stretching your lines out too tight, these seams will fail. You will actually cut through the fabric because you're basically cutting through it with your thread. Your thread, by the way, I didn't really hit on that. Your thread at the store, you know, the better excuse me. Spend the money for some good thread. I really, you know, you don't have to go spend like $8 a roll. I just get some heavy duty XP from actually, I can't remember the name now. From, oh hell. Anyway, it's not Guterman, that's for sure. But it holds up. Your needle, right now I'm running like a 16 because I also been sewing up some Cordura. It'll go through this sil nylon and stuff, but after a while, you might actually hear it on this when I sew this. It'll actually sound, you'll hear it popping, pop, pop, pop as it's going through. That's a sign your needle's getting dull and you got to change it. Since I'm just doing this little video here, I'm not going to change it out. But you can use this. Besides that, I pretty much just went to all 16s. So anyway, what you want to do is you'll get your first roll like we showed you, fold it over. Your second roll folded, you'll get it in here. A good thing to do with this fabric, because it doesn't want to feed real good, is I'll actually hand start it. I've already got this started in here twice. You want to make sure that you've got, if you're not using the special foot that I talked about earlier, I like to get a foot and a half back from the actual foot here and pull it tight, so I can kind of make sure that I'm getting my everything folded over. It'll kind of self-feed itself in and stay rolled once you get the hang of it. That's the only reason why I don't use the foot. But you want to get it going. Then once you get on the other side, one thing that may help you is to turn around and grab it on the other side here. Let me switch my hands right here. And what it is you're going to help pull it through, because with this fabric it helps a little bit to pull it a little taut. And that's it. There's your corner. You can see how it's all the way through. Let me cut these edges. And now when you go to put your corner on, it'll be completely through again, like that. And nothing's gonna break that corner. I'll show you what that looks like. I got a completed one right over here. And there'll also be some other fabrics behind here. I'll show you. Alright. This is what it'll end up looking at as. You can turn around and you can actually X this all the way through if you want. I don't. I just I'll come across like this, tie in the whole corner, and then diagonal back down all the way through. And you want to leave enough. I leave enough just for about, big, just a little bit bigger, big enough to put your. This is my thumb. Your thumb might be different, but overall it's probably about 4 inches of webbing. That way you have enough room. You can put a stake through it if you're going directly to the ground, or you can tie out to your lines. But this is that one I showed you all in the other video. This is some more. This is a different fabric, but this is what you can use too. You can notice the difference in it. And this is actually like a really lightweight nylon. It's not going to be as waterproof. The weave's not good, not tight enough, so it's not going to hold it out. The other kind of fabric that you'll run into is stuff like this, which is really lightweight ripstop nylon, but the problem is it's too light. This is exactly identical to what a poncho liner is. This is actually like coyote brown, same size, same fabric, real lightweight poncho liner style. It'll snag on stuff, it'll rip, and it's not really waterproof. You can make other stuff out of this. You can turn around and make I have a ground sheet that's made out of this. Then you'll get some other stuff, which is like your taffeta or your DWR back stuff, and that's what this is. This is the old style desert camo for some of the older folks or people seen on the surplus from the 90s. And it's about the same. It's probably about 1.5 ounce. It's wove pretty tight. It's got a little DWR treating on the back. It's pretty waterproof as it is, but a 5x8 tarp made out of this weighs twice as much as this stuff if one was made out of the nylon that I showed you the first time. Well, hopefully that answered some of y'all's questions about the tarps and how to make them. And like I said, you're doing this to save money. You can make them as fancy as you want. You can make little bivvy tents out of them. Some people do. I prefer to do the tarps. I like tarp camping. So, like I said, some of y'all wanted to see how it's done, and that's pretty much it. You got four corners to do like this. Put a tie out in each corner. Split your difference on your length and your width, and put another tie out there. Gives you a total of 8. And if the tarp's big enough, then it gives you different ways to set it up instead of just a standard A-frame or a lean-to. I'm Delta 69 or Bob. I hope that this answered some of y'all's questions on that. If not, send them to me. I'll try to help you because that's what we're here for.